I would like to introduce you to our new video. This one is of the Free Spirit Recreation Odyssey 49. You've seen many of my rooftop tents in the past. Here's another one because I waste a lot of money. This one is the winner though, out of all the ones you've seen in my channel before. So we're gonna do a quick walk around, me opening it up, showing you some of the features, and you know how it goes. So let's speed time this. So there's two little buttons you gotta get on these that I found are the hardest to open up as part of this tent. It's pretty quick usually once you get the hang of it, but there's little buttons here on these that you gotta pull up. You kinda gotta get it even so it goes up nice and smoothly. So on each of these sides, there's these little detent buttons here. This took me a little while to figure out how to get this because you have to push up even kind of pressure on both sides in order to get those detents to lock because it's super tight. Now this is to adjust the rain fly on it, and I keep that a little loose so that it's easier to get the entire thing expanded up. But that's took me a little bit of time initially to get those popped up, a little bit of a learning curve when I first started it, but soon figured it out. What I like to do is I like to just get in there, you know? Get on in there. Push it up. Here. Come here for a minute, let me show you the middle part. So now once you get these pulled up and tight, you got a middle one that you gotta go through it. It's gonna be hard for you to see, but up here you got a slit. Here's your tension rod. You couldn't see, could you? There's two parts to it, two locks that are hand locked. You push it out, a little tension. Let me hold up my leg. Lock it. Next one, lock it. Check it out. 3-season quilted insulation around this guy. It's nice. All around, on the roof too. Once you've tightened it up, zip yourself up, closed. Bada bing, bada boom. You're all done. So you can see with it expanded, that detent is up here where it's normally down here. It does take a little bit of work to kind of get those up. I'm going to show you a trick on the inside. See that center zip right there? That's where the center support beam is that actually pushes it out and gives it the structure along the front. What I do is I put one hand in there along the beam and then one hand over here on the outside on this, and I push at the same time, and it gives me a little bit of that stability and a little bit of leverage to really get it up there, because I will say you initially as you do it, it is a little tricky at first, I'll say. So let's climb up into the inside. Let me show you the outside a little bit more before we go in. Again, you have your exterior kind of rain fly. Now this is at an angle slightly. You can see here that the tent is at an angle. So you have a little bit of rain coverage over here. It's really a tiny, small little rain fly, not huge. The entire tent seams on the inside are all taped. So they're all seam sealed. And you do have this overhang here that allows you some protection from the rain and kind of like a little bit of an awning. Not much, it sticks out about a foot past the edge. But this part rolls up and attaches at the top if you'd like to roll it up. It does have some Velcro on the sides to keep it attached nice and tight. If you do want to stay all buttoned in, it does have a nice mesh, no seam screen that's really finely tight like weave of it, so no issue with any kind of mosquitoes or bugs coming through there. Let's climb up in the inside. Okay, so as I mentioned, everything is seam sealed. All the seams have a nice waterproof tape over them. All the windows zip all the way fully down. The screens on the exterior also zip out, so you can have it completely open if you want to. And in fact, it's kind of nice if you decide you want to climb in through the rear versus the side. Let's just say you have a rear ladder on your rack on the rear of your vehicle. You could always enter from the side, from the rear versus from the side. So you're inside. Let's take a look. We have a sheet down here, but this is what the mattress cover looks like. Now, what I will say is that the mattress that comes with this tent initially, and I'll say the last version of this tent, was terrible, extremely hard. I actually replaced it with a 3-inch memory foam mattress in the quilted mattress cover, and it's very nice. Since we purchased this tent, now they have come out with an air core mattress that fits in here perfectly, which I just ordered from them to replace this. The nice thing with the air core mattress is it's 80% memory foam, if I recall correctly, and you can inflate it. So when you're traveling and closing it up, you can deflate it much shorter than this memory foam, or much tighter, I'll say. Since adding this memory foam mattress, it is a 3-inch mattress. I think the one that comes standard in this version that we purchased, the harder density foam, was I think 3 inches also, either 2.5 or 3 inches, but it does prove somewhat challenging to close up when you want to leave like your sheet on here. So I'm hoping that the inflatable one offers a little bit more dialed in comfort, as well as allows you to close up the tent a little bit more tightly. Now you do see there are clear pockets in each side, 2 on each end. You do have a little hook up there in the corner, hook on each end, which is really nice. You notice on this one here, right up here, there is a little rechargeable battery in there, and there's a reason for that. That battery is plugged into this white strip right here. That white strip that runs the full length of the tent is actually an LED strip. So the nice thing with these Free Spirit recreation tents, particularly the Odyssey, is that strip right there gives you some nice light at night. I know, rhyming. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. But built in, so you don't have to worry about carrying a lantern if you don't want to. This right here is an air vent. So again, your no-seams mesh allows some ventilation in here and some airflow. We'll go around to what it looks like when you're sitting off the side. I mentioned this top seam and this bar here. That's basically your tension bar for pushing this main portion of the tent out as you set it all up and configure it. Well, they're just basically plastic levers on them and an extension pole that comes with it, right? So you can close it and open it. And you just push it out by hand as tight as you can, just to get the material as taut as possible. And that pushes the tent all the way out. And that's really basically all there is to it. You have some hook and loops here. They have real nice pulls for the zippers that are on both sides that allow you to just grab them and open them. I've had no problems with the zippers at all. I will say the tent, because of this 4-season material in Texas, or the 3-season material, whatever season it is, it gets warm in here. You really need to keep everything opened up as much as possible. One good thing about it is keep some of the heat out, but it also, man, it blocks a lot of heat in too. And with the tent being black, you can feel it here in Texas. So let's wrap this up. So not one of my best videos, but that is the Free Spirit Odyssey 49 sitting on top of the good old 4Runner. It's a great tent. Actually, it's dialed in exactly where I would like it to be. It took me a handful of rooftop tents to really kind of get it, I'll say perfect. It's good for me being tall. I'm 6'2". The Go Fast campers, the ultralight, I was pushing the limits of it with the wedge. My feet were sticking up. I had to lay them sideways to fit in it. It was a great tent because it was super light and compact, but it just didn't fit my needs for comfort. I'm old, and so this tent here really, the Odyssey 49, perfect for 2 adults, tall adults. Again, 6'2". I don't even touch the ends. I have a few inches on each end as I'm laying in there. It's not terrible to get on to the vehicle and leave it up there. It's got nice attachment points. It's quality made, very quality material. If you have any experience with rooftop tents, some of them are really cheaply made, to be honest with you. But this one actually has been very well thought out. It's very well designed. I'm a big fan of Free Spirit Recreation. They make really great products. Their tents are amazing. I think I'm gonna get the roof rack crossbars and attachment for the top of this. You can add that on there also. It has a nice solid aluminum top to it. So I sit up there when I close it down just to make sure it's real nice and compressed. Great tent. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching another one of my videos, another rooftop tent video. I know there's, I think, 3 of them. This is the 3rd one out there. But, you know, scratch your itch. Kind of need to. Take care.